Focus to the Kanpur Riot Conspiracy, and 3 days after a riotous mob went on rampage in Kanpur, sparking of violence, pelting and arson, the larger conspiracy is slowly being uncovered. 3 FIRs have been filed and about 40 rioters have been named, and former Congress leader Hayat Hashmi has been identified as the mastermind.
Let's get you more updates on Times Now, as we have been meticulously also piecing through the proof and the evidence which points towards a pre-planned, well-coordinated and orchestrated riot in Kanpur. Let's get you the facts on the evidences that we have collected so far. Proof one is the meeting that happened before the riots. The alleged mastermind Hayat held a meeting before the month. There was a clerics meeting that was held 2 days before the riots.
Proof number two, petrol filled in bottles. And there's a video that has been accessed now. It shows petrol was being filled in bottles. We also spoke to the staff members of that petrol pump who explained in great detail how over the course of 2 to 3 days, individuals were approaching this petrol pump and in a way collecting petrol in bottles to be later used as petrol bombs.
Let's talk about the third evidence. There was WhatsApp mobilization. We are told at least 141 chat groups that were found on Hayat's mobile phones. There were photos of the Bandh and markets that was also being shared.
Proof number four, riot was flagged off. A man waved his hanky to signal the rioting mob to charge.
Third and the fifth proof that we are talking about, erasing of the CCTV evidence. The rioters threw bricks and stones at the CCTV cameras because they knew that the police will identify them and their faces will be exposed.
It was a pre-planned conspiracy. Proof number 6 highlights how there was a planned conspiracy to pelt stones. The rioters marched with a cart full of stones. The rioters, in fact, were also caught on camera. They were seen pelting stones from the cart.
And in fact, on the seventh proof, where Hindus were singled out, videos also shows that the shops of the Hindus that were being forced shut on this Bandh call that was being made, their shops were in particular being targeted.
So it was a pre-planned conspiracy. Proof number 8 highlights that there was a call given to mobilize the mob. Hayat, who has now been identified as the mastermind, called for Muslims to gather for march. A video was made viral just a day before the riots took place.
Now here the alleged mastermind on tape giving that very same call to mobilize. This is Hayat Hashmi 1 day before the riots, and the call that he made next day. What's to happen? What's to unfold?
कल देर रात इंतजामिया के दरमियान देर तक चली गुफ्तगू में ये तय पाया है कि हम आशिकाने मुस्तफ़ा इंशाअल्लाह रहमान 5 जून बरोज़ तवार सुबह 11:30 बजे कानपुर के रजबी रोड हजरत सादिक शाह बाबा हजरत सादिक शाह रहमतुल्लाह अलैह की दरगाह के नज़दीक जमा होंगे चौराहे पर, और वहां से इंशाअल्लाह रहमान जेल की जानिब रवा दमा होंगे। हम तमाम गयूर मुसलमानों से, शहर कानपुर की आवाम से बदखुलूस अल्तमास करते हैं।
हैज़ हाशमी को लेके फेसबुक व्हाट्सएप पे उन्होंने एक आह्वान किया था 3 तारीख वाला कि 3 तारीख को वो बंदी करेंगे, और फेसबुक पे भी उन्होंने डाला था क्योंकि नबी पाक हुज़ूर अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के खिलाफ शान गुस्ताखी हुई थी। लेकिन इस प्रोग्राम से पहले ही कमिश्नर साहब ने उनको फ़ोन करके बुलाया और कहा कि पीएम मोदी जी और योगी आदित्यनाथ जी कानपुर में उस दिन हैं, तो बराए मेहरबानी आप ये प्रोग्राम स्थगित कर दीजिए। हैज़ हाशमी ने कमिश्नर साहब के साथ लिखित में भी दे दिया और उनसे कह भी दिया कि मैं ये प्रोग्राम नहीं करूँगा, मैं पूरी जिम्मेदारी लेता हूँ। तो ये बिल्कुल गलत है। जिस तरह से उनको मास्टरमाइंड बताया जा रहा है, ये बिल्कुल गलत है, क्योंकि वो कमिश्नर साहब से भी स्टेटमेंट दे चुके हैं और कल के बयान में भी कोई खबर नहीं मिल रही है उनकी कि वो कहाँ है। उनके सारे फोन पर
वो कहाँ गए थे जब
रात में 9 बजे वो घर से निकले, उसके बाद उनको कोई पता नहीं है।
All right, let's go across to my colleague Amir joining us in the broadcast. Amir, we just went through the pile of the evidence that is piling up, and it clearly suggests how everything was pre-planned. Let's say Mr. Zafar Hayat told the Commissioner of Police in writing, gave assurances that he is not going to give this call for Bandh, that there will be no gathering, no procession. But the evidence that we have gathered or that has come to the fore suggests that the mob was mobilized. WhatsApp groups were used to provoke people. In fact, shops that were owned by Hindus were highlighted. Pictures of the Bandh were shared on those groups as well.
Well, yes, indeed, Swati. And, the video that we had just played, Hayat Hashmi is also talking about a protest, a mass quoting of arrest on Sunday, the 5th of June. And that is as per the assurance that he had given to the police commissioner here after initially the posters calling for a ban on 3rd of June were stuck across that entire area in Bekanganj. So he said one thing to the police, but he did completely other thing on the opposite side as far as the 3rd June Friday's Bandh call is concerned. Because in the WhatsApp groups, he's clearly seen egging on people to ask for closure of shops and markets in the entire area, and he's seen coordinating with his associates and team members, and also the ones who were perhaps present in the meetings that were held in the week preceding the violent incident that happened in Kanpur last Friday. So clearly these people, the police now believes, understood the importance of carrying out a massive protest by shutting down the shops on Friday, because that was the day when precisely the President of India, the Prime Minister, Governor and Chief Minister were visiting Kanpur. So to highlight and give credence to their protest, they had asked for closure of shops even on the day when they had promised the police commissioner here not